Greetings, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this evening for the Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House March show. Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House is a community outreach mission of the Perkasie Mennonite Church. We're very pleased to bring you this show live streaming from Morning Star Studios. And we really thank our good friends at Morning Star Studios for helping make this happen so that we can keep Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House alive. We have a wonderful show tonight. Justin Salonika will be our opener, followed by the Seasons Family Folk Band. They'll be doing mostly Irish-flavored music. They're from the Harrisburg area, and they're really wonderful, wonderful, great people. So let's have a big Perkasie welcome for Justin.
Hey, Cliff, thank you so much for that introduction. Really appreciate it. My name is Justin Salonika, and it's really great to be back at Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House, even in these circumstances, but at a really great studio with a really great piano, and really excited to be making some music for you. First song I'm going to play is one of my old ones. This is something I wrote. I was thinking about the whole idea. A lot of most world religions, if not all, preach this idea, that love is the answer, that we need to love everybody. And if you're like me, especially right now, you're kind of like everyone, and so and that's the answer. The answer is yes, everyone. So I wrote this little song about universal love, and it's called "Even You." Now I've been told that love's the thing that makes the world go round. It's all you need, it's patient, and it's kind. And I know that it's not easy to love your enemies. So often matter wins out over mind. But I'm gonna love everybody, love my friends and love my lover, love my father and my mother and all other families too. I'm gonna love everybody, even those who criticize me, those who wrong me or despise me. I'm gonna love even you. You pass me while I'm speeding and then start driving slow. You come to hear me play and then you talk right through my show. You smile when I'm here and then reject me when I'm gone. And when autumn comes, you'll rake your leaves and dump them on my lawn. But I'm gonna love everybody, love my friends and love my lover, love my father and my mother and all other families too. I'm gonna love everybody, even those who criticize me, those who wrong me or despise me. I'm gonna love even you. Around in meetings, you skimp on your okays, you terminate my job and then you give yourself a raise. You say it must be true because you heard it on TV. You make your own mistakes and then you blame them all on me. But I'm gonna love everybody, love my friends and love my lover, love my father and my mother and all other families too. I'm gonna love everybody, even those who criticize me, those who wrong me or despise me. I'm gonna love even you. judging by how careless acts were paralyzed with rage. The angels up in heaven turn away. So you know now it's just us down here, and we have to start the change. Decide to love each other anyway. And I'm gonna love everybody. Love my friends and love my lover. Love my sisters and my brothers, and all other families too. I'm gonna love everybody, even those who criticize me, those who wrong me or despise me. I'm gonna love everybody, love my friends and love my lover. Let's all just love each other and each other's families too. I'm gonna love everybody, even those who criticize me, those who wrong me or despise me. I'm gonna love even you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can hear your applause from your homes, even though when you're seeing this is actually about a week and a half after I recorded it. But magic, friends. It's magic. It's amazing how good technology is nowadays. Let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna do a song that I didn't write the lyrics for this one. The lyrics were written by a woman named Mariana Neal in the mid-'80s. She was part of the Sanctuary movement that was helping people cross from Central and South America into the United States to safety from countries where they were not safe. And this is a very true story about her crossing a 4-year-old girl by the name of Clarita and her father one night. And this poem was written by her, and I took the poem and I set it to music. And this song, of course, is still relevant in today's America 40 years later. So this is Clarita. Clarita, curly black-haired 4-year-old Clarita, watching the full moon rise up above the parish house in Agua Prieta, calling it not La Luna but La Hostia, falling asleep in the arms of Padre Jesus as he sings to you Spanish lullabies. Clarita, walking along beside your papa on a desert hour trek, sometimes riding on his shoulders towards that fence. Clarita, obediently ducking beneath the bushes when the planes fly overhead. Clarita, waving quietly goodbye as we pass you both to the other side and leave. Later that night in the convent when I see you and the moon again, I want to ask, Clarita, far across the U.S., where a young mother nurses her new baby boy, awaiting the husband and the child she left behind. Does she, like you, see La Luna as la hostia? Oh, Clarita. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you very much for listening and being with us this evening. I was, as I was playing it, it occurred to me, I actually recorded that very song on this very piano some years ago with my band Acoustic Blender. So if you want to hear it, given it's definitely missing my bandmates who just add so much to it. So that's on Spotify and all your streaming services. Acoustic Blender is the band, and both the first song I played, Even You, and Clarita, are on our album Crazy World. But I mean, seriously, I really am. I'm genuinely so excited to be here. I want to, give a special thanks to Perkasie Patchwork for inviting me. Cliff Cole has just been fantastic in helping this happen, and the sound engineer Dave Schonauer. We've worked together for years on various projects, and I'm just so pleased to have him. He's over here. That's why I keep looking over here. I'm so pleased to have him here, making me sound good. Okay, I'm going to do one of my newer songs. This is something I wrote about kind of the bubbles that we find ourselves in, especially the social media bubbles. If you're on social media, you tend to hear exactly what you want to hear because it's reading, what you write, and so it knows what your political persuasion is, and so you end up being in this bubble. And if we're ever going to make things better in our country, then we have to get out of those bubbles, and we have to actually reach across the aisle and try to actually understand. So this is a song that I wrote about that. It does have a part for you to sing at home, and I would love for you to sing it, even though nobody will hear you, but you'll hear yourself, and I'll pretend that I can hear you. Your part, so I'm gonna go, gonna need a bigger map, whoa, 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 we're gonna need a bigger map, whoa, 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 whoa. So we're gonna need a bigger map, whoa, 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 whoa. You got it, yes. All right, this is Bigger Map. Everyone I talk to thinks the same way that I do. My friends and me are gonna start our own nation. We've all got the same stickers on the backs of our cars, and our radios are all tuned to the same stations. Well, this small world keeps getting smaller, and the tales I tell keep getting taller, and everyone I know confirms I'm right about who's in the dark and who's seen the light. But if we're ever gonna make things better, it ain't gonna be sitting in some chair watching 24-hour cable TV screens about something going on some other place somewhere. If we're ever gonna make things better, take a step and mind the gap. Gotta take it to our neighbors, make some lovers out of haters. When we do, we're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everyone, gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's easy to be righteous, it's easy to finger point when we only hear the echoes of our own thinking. Turn off the World Wide Web and turn on the whole wide world, 'cause in the sea of selfies we're just sinking. The myth of other comes unraveled when we ramble on the road less less traveled. We'll take it up, we'll take it down, until we meet on common ground. Cause if we're ever gonna make things better, it ain't gonna be sitting in some chair watching 24-hour scrolling Facebook feeds about something going on some other place somewhere. If we're ever gonna make things better, take a step and mind the gap. Gotta take it to our neighbors, make some lovers out of haters. And when we do, we're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. This small world keeps getting smaller, and the tales I tell keep getting taller. And everyone I know confirms I'm right about who's in the dark and who's seen the light. But if we're ever gonna make things better, it ain't gonna be sitting in some chair watching 24-hour cable TV screams about something going on some other place somewhere. If we're ever gonna make things better, take a step and mind the gap. Gotta take it to our neighbors, make some lovers out of haters. And when we do, we're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna need a bigger map. Whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and hearing me here. Again, my name is Justin Saloninka, and this is Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House virtually. And coming to you from Morningstar Studios. And really, really excited about the band that you are about to hear. You definitely want to stay tuned. Their name is Seasons, and they are outstanding, and I cannot wait to hear what they're going to perform this evening. They're just a lovely group of people, and I've heard their music, and it's going to be a great show. So stick around. I have one more tune for you. This is something that I wrote for there was somebody when I was in college who was a professor, and he was also a member of the church community that was my home at the time. And his name was Richard Red. And just had an incredible impact on me in so many ways. As a college student and onward, through the church. And he was a printmaker. He was actually kind of a world-renowned in that world. People know Richard Red, and just gorgeous, gorgeous prints. He was a professor of art. And he died a few years ago, and his daughter asked if I would compose a song for the memorial service. And I hope I did Richard justice. So this is a piece that I wrote in memory of Richard Red. It is called The Printmaker. Again, thank you so much for being with me tonight. Thank you again, friends. Lovely to have you with me, and stay tuned for Seasons.
Thank you very much, Justin. I personally really enjoyed that music a lot. We're very glad to have you here again, and we really hope to be able to have you live at Perkasie in our wonderful performance place at Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House. And now it's my very much pleasure to bring up our next act, which is a family folk band from Harrisburg, the Harrisburg area, the Lee family. There are actually more than 4 seasons, folks. This is a really great family band. They're going to play some mostly Celtic music, and they're just really wonderful people, and we're very glad to have them for our Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House. So please, let's give a nice, big, warm welcome to the Seasons Family Folk Band.
Hey there, Perkasie Coffee House. We're Seasons. We're the Lee siblings from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We're excited to be here with you all this afternoon, this night, whenever you're watching from home. This is a song we wrote. It's called Get My Pay, and it sounds a heck of a lot better if you clap along with us. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Girl in County Clare, she writes me of what happens there. All the boys are leaving town and she would come to me. She asks about America, how I spend my nights and days. I tell her most of what goes round and say the rest were for her. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home. Now if I save money, I'd be fine working on the factory line. I'd send for Mary Connolly and I'd wet her in the harbor. But when the foreman rings the bell, it makes the pine sing out as well. In that place I find my friends, don't feel as far from home. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home.
Hammer Dulcimer.
Now set the sewing by for one more day. Tomorrow I will mend my ways, for the money in my pocket is burning bright, and I'm standing 10 feet tall tonight. I'll shine my shoes, I'll slick my hair. The Bower girls will surely stairs. I cut a line down 99 to fetch my girl from home. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home. When I get my pay, seems I blink and it's away. Turn me from the tavern boys, I got a girl back home. Woo! Well, thank you so much for that great introduction, Cliff, and also a big thank you to our opener, Justin. Oh my goodness.
We rehearsed this.
I rehearsed it. This is the part of the show I am most nervous about. Justin Salonika. A
Thought we
voice
were gonna
from
have to
above
start
helped
that
me
over.
out there. There we go. So thank you so much,
voice
Justin
from above.
Salonika. We loved your set as well, and it's so great to be with you this evening. Perkasie Patchwork live virtual.
Folks, we're going to have a great time together this evening, this beautiful March evening or afternoon, or wherever you're going to tune in on this at any point in your life. We are Seasons, and we are going to be playing all sorts of music that is actually very, very old, that has come to us through tradition, and music that we have written that sounds kind of old, and music from other people that also sounds kind of old. The first thing we did was a set of Irish jigs called the Uncomfortable Set. Based on the fact that we sometimes feel uncomfortable at the beginning of a show. Maybe you feel uncomfortable, you know, like we're together, but we're not together. We're separated by cyberspaces and time. So we like to put the uncomfortable set in the front so we can all be comfortable together. Then a song about Get My Pay. A song we wrote about getting that paycheck, having responsible aspirations, and then you just want to have some fun, and one thing leads to another, and there might be a little bit too much month at the end of your money. And now for a song by the great American songwriter, Mr. Steve Earle. A song about the lovely city of Galway and a lovely lady that he met in Galway. If any of you know Steve Earle, he writes in the American country tradition. So a country artist writing about a traditional Irish romance, there is absolutely no way mathematically that this song could have a happy ending. But first, a wee tune on this guitar, if I can. 2, 3. Went for a stroll on the old long walk on a day I met a girl and we stopped to talk on a fine soft day. I said, tell me friends, what's a fella to do? Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I knew right then I'd been taking a stroll down the Salt Hill Prom with the Galway girl. Here we go. We were halfway there when the rain came down on a day She invited me up to her flat downtown on a fine soft day. I said, tell me friends, what's a fella to do? Cause see, her hair was black and her eyes were blue. So I took her hand and I gave her a twirl. Let me tell you, I lost my heart to a Galway girl. Yep. When I woke up, I was all alone, with a broken heart and a ticket home. So tell me, friends, what's a fella to do when her hair is black and her eyes are blue? Cause I traveled around all over this world. Well, I ain't seen nothing like my Galway girl. Nothing like that Galway girl.
Well done, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's always good to have some information. But I know all of you out there in real life land. Oh, and everyone in the studio is cheering us on, which is pretty awesome. So now we have for you some Irish polkas. And it's a dangerous thing playing a polka, especially in central Pennsylvania.
There's a strong Pennsylvania Dutch presence around where we live. We are often a fixture at the annual Kutztown Folk Festival. So if you ever want to come down, enjoy some pierogies, the Quilt Barn, and our music, come down to the Kutztown Folk Festival when that is in session again.
In season.
In these crazy times. But, we go out on a limb playing Irish polkas in Pennsylvania. And one time we played this set of polkas, which you were about to hear, and a gentleman came up to me and introduced himself as the president of the local chapter of the Polka Society. Now, granted, I was speechless to be in the presence of such grandeur. And he smiled at me and he said, "And you say those were Irish polkas?" And I said, "Well, yes, sir." And he looked at me with years of polka knowledge and said, "Those were the worst polkas I've ever heard." And then he walked away. So with that out in the air, the worst polkas you have ever heard.
And just to clarify, before the worst polkas, we're going to start with a barn dance. So,
Garden dance? Barn dance? I didn't hear your consonant there.
thanks a lot. A barn dance. This is called
We just got to
Lucy
ease you
Fires.
in.
Okay.
A garden dance. The worst polkas in the world. Now we will stare awkwardly as Mary Kate alters the mic stand.
All right, so this next song, we were on the fence of whether it should be on the set list, whether it will just be kind of strange and awkward. So, of course...
That's going to be unavoidable at this point.
I know. In the spirit of online shows, we decided to opt for the possibly strange and awkward. So we're going to do a sing-along and clap-along song. So, you know, the responsibility is on you who have chosen to watch this concert to fully participate and sing and clap along because you know you want to.
This is strictly on the honor system. So when this airs, we'll be in the comment threads and we'll be policing it. We'll be moderating it. We'll be asking people.
Are you clapping? Oh, but if people are typing, it means they're not clapping.
That's the trick. You gave it away. That's how we were going to catch you.
All right, so hopefully if you're a fan of folk music, you know the song, but you will catch on by the end. This one is called The Wild Rover.
Do we want to do a tutorial?
Sure. Give me a chord.
Oh.
And it's no, nay, never. Then you clap 4 times. No, nay, never. Clap twice. Will I play the Wild Rover? Clap once. No, never, no more. All right, have you all got that? Excellent.
We were giving them time to write back. If you don't, we're very sorry. You'll catch on.
You can rewind the concert and watch this part again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't want to make any promises. I don't know what the interface is like.
Well, I've been a wild rover for many years a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with golden great store, and I never will play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Well, I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I could have any day. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Well, I reached in my pocket, pulled out sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskeys and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke, they were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more.
I'll go home to my parents and I'll confess what I've done. And I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they caress me like oft times before, then I never will play the Wild Rover no more.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more from your homes. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more.
Big finish.
Will I play
The Wild Rover. No, never. No
you all so much for joining in with such enthusiasm.
We just know.
Especially in the studio, there was a lot of clapping going on, so that was super awesome. Thanks, guys.
They were just, in the studio was crazy, their enthusiasm. They were pushing things over and they literally set the console on fire. They just lost their minds.
All right, well, now that the mic stand is actually up, I'm going to sing my other The Mic Stand is Up song to decrease the
This is a song we wrote
awkwardness.
called The Mic Stand is Up. Traditional Scottish ballad.
Nope, this is a traditional Irish song called The Hole in the Piper's Bag. And there's another participatory part in this song, if you'd like to join in. There's a part in the song where I'm going to ask the bagpiper if he would like to sing a song. And he replies, no. So this is a part for you to all join in, the part
Right
of
in the comments.
the crusty, cranky bagpiper.
So when we get to this point, you'll know it. We'll all be leading you. We're all in this together. You can yell no, or you can type it in the comments. We just want to see this wall. No. Or if there's a crusty bagpiper emoji that you want to spam.
Well, Mrs. Galooly, she gave a grand party one night. She invited us all to attend. So we gathered a gang and went down to her house, a few pleasant hours to spend. There was Duffy and Charlie, a few more, and myself. Such an impudent crowd, hard for to find. But the thing most important we all near forgot. We near left the old piper behind. We invited him down to the party, and he took his bagpipe just by chance. We asked him to sing, and he said,
No.
but I'll give you a bit of a dance. So he picked up his pipes, and he started to play until someone got fooling about. They put a big hole in the back of his bag, and this is the tune that came out. Diddly-ida-deedle-dum, ba-dum, ba-dookle-dum, dum, ba-deedle-dum, ba-yum, bum, ba-doodle-dum, ba-didney-ida-dum, ba-didney-ida-doodle-dum, dum, ba-deedle-dum, ba-diddly-ida-doodle-dum. Well, when the piper found out his bag had been cut, he gave a great leap on the floor, and his kid-toe got working in fast hammer style, and he landed them under the jaw. Well, Mrs. Galooly, she fainted, and we all made a rush trying to get out of the door. But the piper had 9 of them caught on the count, and he swore he'd lick 20 more. We invited him down to the party. He took his bagpipe just by chance. We asked him to sing, and he said,
No.
but I'll give you a bit of a dance. So he picked up his pipes and started to play until someone got fooling about. They put a big hole in the back of his bag, and this is the tune that came out. Didn't-yat-didn't-yat-didn't-yat-doodle-dum, dum-ba-deedle-dum, bam-bum-ba-doodle-dum, ba-didn't-yat-dum, ba-dum-ba-dookle-dum, dum-ba-deedle-dum, ba-diddle-yat-doodle-dum. So if ever you go to a party, be sure to keep this in your mind. Don't fool about with the piper, and you'll find he's a gentleman kind. But if trouble should start, get out of his way. He carries an awful togue. You won't hear it coming, but whoop, when it lands, you'll sure know it's an Irish togue. We invited him down to the party, and he took his bagpipe just by chance. We asked him to sing, and he said,
No.
but I'll give you a bit of a dance. So he picked up his pipe and started to play until someone got fooling about. They put a big hole in the back of his bag, and this is the tune that came out. Didn't-yat-didn't-yat-didn't-yat-doodle-dum, dum-ba-deedle-dum, bam-bum-ba-doodle-dum, ba-didn't-yat-dum, ba-dum-ba-dookle-dum, dum-ba-deedle-dum, ba-diddle-yat-doodle-dum, dum-bum-ba-doodle-dum, ba-didn't-yat-doodle-dum, dum-ba-doodle-dum, didn't-yat-didn't-yat-didn't-yat-doodle-dum, dum-ba-deedle-dum, ba-diddle-yat-doo-dum-bum.
Mary Kate Spring-Lee.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining in, everyone.
Award-winning Celtic vocalist right there, coming to you across the internets. I hope you all had fun with your no from the safety of your own home. You know, one of the great things about online concerts is if you're more of a self-conscious person, you know, you don't have all these strangers staring at you and judging you. Not that they are anywhere. They're looking at the band. You should just be present in the concert. But, you know, you could really go for that if you might not be the person who would yell no at us live. So, you know I really was giving a lot to my performance. Each one was nuanced and layered as I brought the piper through this journey of repeatedly being asked to sing, even though he's an instrumentalist. And I think that when you rewatch it, you really see the dimensions of it.
That's true. You were really frustrated
By the end.
There was a
I
hint
really
of sorrow in your voice, even perhaps. That
Longing.
no one understood you.
He has a past.
You just wanted to play the bagpipes, and they were broken. All right, so we're going to depart from Irish music for a moment and play a song we learned from an award-winning traditional Scottish folk singer. This is a song first sung by the acclaimed Julie Fowlis, who we've had the privilege to open for and meet, and she is so incredible. And this is a song that she sung for the Disney Pixar film Brave. This song is called Touch the Sky. Once again, the chorus is really, really fun, so I hope that you sing along at home.
This is a great moment to grab your kids wherever they are, bring them. This is culture. This is how you're going to get them tuned into Irish music or in Scottish music. It starts with Disney. 1, 2, 3, 2.
Thank you all so much.
So kind of you.
All right, so if you've corralled the kids or the grandkids in for this song, keep them for the next song, because this song is going to be in Scottish Gaelic. So you can certainly write that down for like school credit or something like that. Like, my kids sang a song in Gaelic today.
See how we did that, folks? Like, got your kids to the Disney song, and now...
Here comes education.
They're about to learn. We're seasoned performers. Seasons. That's why they call us seasons.
All right, so this next one is a bit of Scottish mouth music. So Scottish mouth music is basically a piece of music that has very simple, repetitive words, and it was primarily used to accompany dancing. So if you had a ceilidh going on, and perhaps just a fiddle or a vocalist, you could still have a dance with this simple little song. So this one is called Down Here Euro, and the lyrics roughly translate to Dance Girl Dance. So this is your one that you can just have a dance party in your house, Scottish Gaelic style. And the words are very simple. We're going to sing downzo a chickeno, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chovo. And to sing that, you would just sing downzo a chickeno, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chovo, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chickeno, downzo a chovo. So once again, you can use the fact that you are watching remotely to your advantage because you don't need to sound exactly perfect. If you're still completely lost, why don't you start with just singing down for a chicken, oh, and just kind of mush it up a little and you'll be great.
If you have friends on multiple devices, they can also report and say how your pronunciation is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you are now fluent in Scottish Gaelic.
You can
Every word.
Can count it as an education credit, a work enrichment credit, whatever you need.
Credits for everyone. That's our motto. This is the part of the show where we will be moderating this once again, and we will all be present on the chat. And so if you have any questions at this point, please write them, and we will respond in the thread. We will be unable to respond live because that would break many rules of how time works in linear fashion.
Why don't you just try answering a question right now and see if it works?
If any of you ask, "What's your name?" My name is Peter. Pleasure to meet you. This is a song we wrote called "The Sea in My Veins." Normally you elaborate.
Oh, yes. So this is a song we wrote. A lot of our songs, time and time again, kind of focus around water or the ocean, or also just kind of like moody, romantic themes. So this song sort of encompasses all of those things, and it also has a very simple sing-along part. So if any of those themes resonate with you, sing along. It's also a good beverage swaying song. So often when we've got a live audience, we have them lift their beverage and they're kind of singing and carefully swinging their coffee or whatever along, or something stronger. So feel free to grab your beverage as well.
So the takeaways from this song are: lift your beverage, guard your heart, the sea's a cruel mistress. 1, 2, 3, 2.
I must have been born with the sea in my veins, the sea in my veins, the sea in my veins. 'Cause when a man loves me, it just brings him pain. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. I am enthralled with the sway of the waves, with the sway of the waves, the sway of the waves. 'Cause I come in close and then I pull away. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Will I reach the port for which I am bound, for which I am bound, for which I am bound? I've never seen it, but I'm sure it's around. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, down. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, down. Swim on out to me into the deep. Swim on out to me into the deep. Swim on out to me into the. Well, is there a man for which I'd cease these ways, which I'd cease these ways, which I'd cease these ways? Well, until I have met him, I really can't say. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Die-da-die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Die-da-die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day.
In the comfort of your home.
Die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day. Die-da-die-da-dum, die-da-dum, day.
Thank you very much. Thank you for singing along and swaying along. Hopefully you didn't spill too much of your beverage on the floor or the counter.
You can wash it off, it's okay.
That's
Swing
true.
it around.
Well, I think it's time to tell people who we are.
Yes, or at least in more detail.
Surprise!
Who we really are. It's a Scooby-Doo villain moment. There's Mr. Jones all along. Over there. Scooby-Doo. Okay. Over in the corner on the boron and primarily the hammer dulcimer. She has competed at the highest level possible in Irish music on the hammer dulcimer at the All-Ireland Fleadh. She competed in the miscellaneous instrument category, which, as you might imagine, is kind of where the hammer that's the sweet spot for the hammer dulcimer right there. Mary Grace Autumn Lee, give it up for her. That was the first time I really did expect applause. That did throw me.
That's good. You're really in the zone.
I'm so in the zone. I thought all these automatron cameras were just gonna. Grace is also working on a solo album, so keep your ear to the ground for that, in case it is playing from the ground. Mary Claire Schwanley on the fiddle. She is a music business student at LVC, and she's played fiddle in our band for many years. Give it up for Claire. She's great. Thank you. Center stage, she has competed at the highest level possible in Irish music for the Celtic harp at the All-Ireland Fleadh, and she is also the Mid-Atlantic Fleadh champion in harp and vocals. She also plays, did you bring both concertinas?
I did.
She plays 2 different concertinas. Pretty crazy. Give it up for our sister, Mary Kate Spring Lee. The silence seems like I get different energies from the different silences. Right here on the mandolin and the Celtic harp when we have a second Celtic harp, but we do not today, so just on the mandolin. Give it up for our sister, Mary Teresa Summer Lee. We should probably, yeah, this feels better.
And finally, I don't know why I thought a fandom person was also interviewing you, but I guess not.
Interviewing. They told us to have fun in here, which was like the worst idea.
I know. Finally, playing the second hammer dulcimer when we have one, the boron, the guitar, singing and writing songs and carrying the heavier pieces of equipment for our band, my brother, Peter Winter. Let's hear it for Peter.
Thank you all, you're too kind. And we are the Lee siblings from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We are Seasons. For many of these, these traditional Irish tunes, we don't get to cite the composer because the composer lived a long time ago, and with some of these tunes, you don't even know who wrote it. But for this tune, the composer is in the room. The first set of jigs is written by our very own Mary Grace Autumn Lee. And Grace and I were traveling around once playing a gig, and we were playing this gig at a farm, and we looked up upon the roof of the barn as we were taking our instruments and casing them after the gig, and we saw a sight. And this was a sight unlike any sight that we had ever seen. And I said, Grace, I commission you to compose a tune about the sight that we have seen upon this day. And Grace, being a true musician, procrastinated for about 2 years. And then we present to you the fruits of her labor. This is The Goat on the Roof. Mary Grace Lee, the composer of The Goat on the Roof, and then those other two tunes were called?
Ahern's Egg and Tobin's Favorite, or Fancy.
Depending on your preference. Your fancy, very good.
There you go. Clever, clever.
All right, folks, we've come to what I believe is the last two numbers of our show, unless somehow we break the space-time continuum and someone calls encore in the comments, and we are aware of that and are able to play an encore as we perform this show weeks before it is aired. But in lieu of that happening, we have two more songs for you all. This is a traditional Irish song called The Old Triangle, and it is a song that many of us can perhaps relate to on a deep level. It is a song about being locked up, about being incarcerated, and I'm sure that's a feeling that many of us sort of felt and experienced as we were trapped with our families and thought about how much we actually loved them as we were all just trapped together in our homes. This is called, as I said, The Old Triangle, and I want you to sing along with us. I'm going to demo the chorus so you can get ready for it. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. If you feel confident, we will continue. A hungry feeling came over me stealing as the mice were squealing in my prison cell, and the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of that Royal Canal. To begin the morning, the screws a-bowling. Get up, you bowsy, and clean up your cell. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of that Royal Canal. Now the lads were a-sleepin'. Humpy Gussie was peepin' as I lay there a-weepin' for my good girl Sal. And the old triangle went jingle jangle all along the banks of that Royal Canal. Take it for a walk. Now in that female prison, there be 75 women, and amongst them I wish I did dwell, and the old triangle went jingle, jangle all along the banks of that royal canal, and the old triangle went jingle, jangle all along the banks of that royal canal.
Thank you all so much for singing along. And oh my goodness, so many thank yous. A huge thank you to the Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House. This is truly a coffee house that is attended and put together by true music lovers. And as a player of music and also a lover of music, that means so much, and that is, so much fun to participate in. Even in this really weird time of history, they just made it a super blast, especially Cliff and Rose and everyone that we've been in contact with. Also, Morning Star Studios. Oh my goodness. I'm almost glad for there's the hot button line of this concert. I'm almost glad for the pandemic because I got to come to Morning Star Studios and it was amazing. And I get to add my name to all the incredible people who have set foot in these doors. So
Like the rest of us?
Oh, there you go. With Peter Lee and Mary Grace. It's really, really shocking. But seriously, it was so wonderful. I really hope to come back someday because it really, lived up to its wonderful history. So we've just had a wonderful time.
All right, folks. Once more into the breach, shall we? Mary Kate is going to lead us through this final song, and it is not for the faint of heart, so if you were sitting through this show, up to this point we understand, but we need you to stand up right now. We need you to kind of get some space, move that chair back, make sure your device is in a place where it won't fall over. We stretch it out a little bit.
If the kids are gone, bring them back. They'll probably like this one.
Let's do it.
Oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Now in this bog there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree, tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Now on this tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb, limb on the tree, and the tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Now on this limb there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch, branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Now on this branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig, twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Now on this twig there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest, nest on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh, roll the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, a rattling flea. That flea and the feather and the feather and the bird and the bird and the egg and the egg and the nest and the nest and the twig and the twig and the branch and the branch and the limb and the limb and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley. One more time now. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley.
Thank you all.
Well, I know if we were live, they would demand an encore. Right? Right? Do you have one?
Yeah, we can do one. Yeah. And now this will be the funny part. Usually we let the audience like sort of decide what they want. So we'll do a vote and we'll see what the comments say and hopefully we'll guess it right. So do you want
I don't see any way this could go.
a rousing pub song or an instrumental? And we read the comments and they're all like, instrumental, instrumental. We want an instrumental.
I think the way you said that, like, I think we're setting ourselves up for disaster. Do you want a rousing pub song? I don't know.
Well, we'll see what they decide.
We want an instrumental.
Wow.
The voice of Providence. Yay, verily, yay. All right, here we go, folks. This is in March. Into some jigs.
Yeah.
We've thank you. And we have called these the March jigs.
Oh, wait, I'm switching concertinas.
She's switching concertinas. She's switching concertinas. 2, 3. Thank you all so much. We are Seasons. It's been a pleasure. God bless.
Hey, wasn't that really wonderful? We have more than 4 seasons. Isn't that wonderful? That was really a great show, and I want to be the first one to say this, away from the Kutztown Folk Festival, which is a place that I have played with my band. I am going to say that I'm really glad you played those bad polkas, because I thought those bad polkas were among the best polkas I ever heard. So, yay. So, and hey, come on up, Justin. Just we have the whole gang. Everybody, a big hand. Let's see big hands on the, on the chat box. So, all right, yay. That was a really great set of music by the Seasons Family Folk Band. Thank you very much, Seasons, for giving us such a great show. And thank you all out there for being online with us, virtual streaming. Please understand that Perkasie Patchwork Coffee House, we are a nonprofit, and there are expenses involved in keeping this happening. So your donations are what are keeping us, keeping the music alive. So please look for the donate box that's below me, okay? And please give generously for these wonderful acts. Seasons did a wonderful job, and so did my friend Justin, and this was just a really fun night for everybody. And we hope to see everybody live very soon.